Donald Trump just can't catch a break. Even on the weekend, he is being absolutely pummeled by a series of new ads, and they are causing both him and his allies to absolutely freak out. I'm going to show you some of the meltdowns, and I'm going to show you these incredible ads. But first, my name is Brett Meiselas here with the MeidasTouch Network. Remember to hit that subscribe. We're on our way to 3.5 million subscribers, and we can't do it without you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay, let's get into these incredible new spots. This is one of my favorite segments here on the MeidasTouch Network. Here is a new ad from the Harris campaign about the Republican officials who are endorsing Kamala Harris in this election.
Of 100 Republicans who worked in national security for Presidents Reagan, both Bushes, and for President Trump, now endorsing Harris for president.
She came up as a prosecutor, an attorney general, into the Senate. She has the kind of character that's going to be necessary in the presidency.
Vice President Harris is standing in the breach at a critical moment in our nation's history. We have a shared commitment as Americans to do what's right for this country. This year, I am proudly casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Former generals, secretaries of defense, secretaries of the Army, Navy, and Air Force, CIA directors, and National Security Council leaders under Democratic and Republican presidents, Republican members of Congress, and even former Trump administration officials agree there's only one candidate fit to lead our nation, and that's Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Wow, wow, wow. That is so powerful when you see it like that. Here's another ad from Vice President Harris highlighting that, well, she's working around the clock to deliver disaster relief. Let's remember, Trump called for nuking hurricanes when he was president. Watch this.
We have mobilized more than 1,500 federal personnel. We have food, water, and generators that are ready for deployment. I'm also announcing that the president has approved the governor's request for 100% federal reimbursement of local costs.
Someone drew on an extra part, very clumsily there, to make it appear as if Alabama might also be in the storm's path, which it wasn't.
The president suggested bombing a hurricane on multiple occasions. Briefers reportedly told the president, we'll look into that.
We will continue to do everything we can to help you recover and to help you rebuild, no matter how long it takes.
This is a tough hurricane, one of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
The Lincoln Project is out with a vicious new ad saying that J.D. Vance is auditioning to be Donald Trump's replacement. Trump is going to hate this. Watch.
You're in trouble, Donald. In the courts, in the streets, in your own party. But there's one big problem you never saw coming. Turn around. He's right behind you. It's J.D. His billionaire friends mock you. Why do you think they forced J.D. Vance on you? Age is getting to you, Donald, and you're just too slow to see the plan. If you win, JD will come for you. You won't see him until it's too late. He won't wait until you make a mistake. JD's plot to invoke the 25th Amendment is already underway. Your cabinet betrayed you before. Why would it be different now? And with Democrats in the majority, no one will stop him. Republicans want someone younger, smarter, someone stable. A leader who will execute Project 2025 without your problems. Rupert's Wall Street Journal said Vance's version of Trump is better than the real thing. JD switched from never Trump hater to your running mate in record time. You thought that was real? You think he won't stab you in the back to seize 10 years of power in the White House? So yes, Donald, they really are out to get you, and the one who'll betray your presidency is right by your side.
Here's another spot from the Lincoln Project warning that Donald Trump wants to jail anyone who opposes him if he gets back into office. Watch.
You've heard Donald Trump say he'll arrest and deport millions.
On day one, I will terminate every open border policy of the Biden administration, and we will begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
But have you heard who else he wants to arrest? It might be you if you've disagreed with the Supreme Court.
These people should be put in jail the way they talk about our judges and our justices.
The former president has ramped up his threats to jail political opponents if he wins the election.
I say, go down and indict them, they'd be out of the election.
Trump threatens anyone who holds him accountable with arrest and imprisonment. When a nut writes, Elizabeth Cheney is guilty of treason and calls for televised military tribunals, Trump sends it out to millions of his followers. How many times did he rant?
They should lock her up. Lock him up. Yeah, lock him up.
Donald Trump is a convicted felon awaiting trial for other felonies. He's an angry and desperate man who cares nothing about the Constitution or rule of law. It's not about Republican or Democrat. It's about protecting our country, our heritage, our future, America, or Trump.
And here's a new spot from Nikki Haley voters for Kamala Harris. They make the conservative case for voting for Vice President Harris. Watch.
Get the facts about Donald Trump's and Kamala Harris's policies. Economists say Trump's proposals for tariffs on goods would raise costs on average Americans by $3,900. Harris is calling for a $3,000 tax cut for over 100 million Americans. Trump would cut taxes too, especially for large corporations. According to an independent analysis, Trump's proposals could add $10 trillion to the debt, while Harris's could reduce the deficit by $400 billion. Get the facts. Make your decision.
Okay, I promised you a meltdown. I'm going to deliver you a meltdown. So George Conway's PAC, which is the anti-psychopath PAC, I'll play you the ad that they ran in just a second, but I'm just going to say Bill O'Reilly was not a fan of their newest ad. Watch his freak out.
So I'm watching an EVP debate and a commercial political ad comes up and it smears Donald Trump. It's a disgusting, revolting ad. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to run it. I'm not going to even tell you what it was. That's how revolting the whole thing is. So I said to my staff, look into this. Who paid for this ad? It was paid for by a man named George Conway. Used to be married to Kellyanne Conway. In my opinion, he is a despicable human being, this guy. He hates Trump, but not only that. He wants to destroy anyone with whom he disagrees. He runs a political action committee called Anti-Psychopath. It's devoted totally to destroying Donald Trump and his family. All the money that Conway raises goes to that purpose. And he puts on this revolting political ad. Shockingly, Fox News, ESPN, Golf Channel, CNN, MSNBC, News Nation, Newsmax, Hallmark, and Lifetime all ran the ad. Why? Why would you run that ad? Everybody knows it's defamatory. Why? There's got to be some kind of standards here. Shocking. It's blood money. Any company and corporation take money, an ad like that's blood money.
Sleep is the foundation of our mental and physical health. When you are sleeping well, you can perform at your best mentally and physically. Introducing Beam's Dream Powder, a science-backed healthy hot cocoa for sleep. If you know me, you know that Dream has been an absolute game changer for my sleep. I drink Beam's Dream Powder each night in order to get my optimal sleep, and I have to say, I would not be recommending this if it didn't actually help me. And today, my listeners get a special discount on Beam's Dream Powder, their science-backed healthy hot cocoa for sleep with no added sugar. Better sleep has never tasted better. Now available in delicious flavors like chocolate peanut butter, cinnamon cocoa, and sea salt caramel with only 15 calories and 0 grams of sugar. Other sleep aids could cause next day grogginess, but Dreams contains a powerful all-natural blend of reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, melatonin, and nano CBD to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and and wake up refreshed. The numbers don't lie. In a clinical study, 93% of participants reported Dream helped them get better sleep. Beam Dream is easy to add to your nighttime routine. Just mix Dream into hot water or milk, froth, and enjoy before bed. Find out why Forbes and New York Times are all talking about Beam and why it's trusted by the world's top athletes and business professionals. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, get up to 40% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/Meidas and use code Meidas at checkout. That's shopbeam.com/MEIDAS and use code Meidas for up to 40% off. And so here's the ad that triggered Bill O'Reilly. This ad features Natasha Stoynoff, one of Donald Trump's accusers. Take a look.
My name is Natasha Stoynoff. In 2005, I went to interview Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago. At one point, Melania went upstairs to change her clothes for the next photo shoot. And Trump said to me, I want to show you this beautiful painting, this beautiful room. He leads me to this room, pushes me against the wall, and starts kissing me forcefully. I tried to push him. He kept coming back at me. I was in shock and smothered, and he had his hands here against my shoulders. I felt sick inside. I felt horrified. And thank goodness the butler charges into the room. Like many women, I blamed myself. So Trump turned to me and said, you know we're going to have an affair, don't you? And Melania was approaching. I was horrified. When the Access Hollywood tape came out, and also stories of many other women, including E. Jean Carroll, I realized I was not to blame, that he was just a predator of women. What could have happened if the butler had not come into the room? Donald Trump is an adjudicated sexual assaulter. We cannot elect this man as president.
Anti-Psychopath PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
And I just have to assume that that ad from the Anti-Psychopath PAC just hit a little too close to home for Bill O'Reilly, because O'Reilly was acting like George Conway took his loofah from him. And if you understand that reference, then you remember what happened in 2017 when Bill O'Reilly was out at Fox News after several women said that he sexually harassed them. Do you remember the story? It's why he's not on Fox right now. Quote, after, this is a statement from Fox from back then, quote, after a thorough and careful review of the allegations, the company and Bill O'Reilly have agreed that Bill O'Reilly will not be returning to Fox News Channel. And remember, he had to pay a woman $34 million for sexually harassing her. $34 million to settle, and millions more to others. Could you imagine what he did to pay $34 million and millions more to others? Here was 21st Century Fox's statement about the revelation that Bill O'Reilly paid this $30+ million settlement. They said, this is back in 2017, quote, when the company renewed Bill O'Reilly's contract in February, it knew that a sexual harassment lawsuit had been threatened against him by Liz Wild, but was informed by Mr. O'Reilly that he had settled the matter personally on financial terms that he and Ms. Weil had agreed were confidential and not disclosed to the company. His new contract, which was made at a time typical for renewals of multi-year talent contracts, added protections for the company specifically aimed at harassment, including that Mr. O'Reilly could be dismissed if the company was made aware of other allegations or if additional relevant information was obtained in a company investigation. The company subsequently acted based on the terms of this contract. 21st Century Fox has taken concerted action to transform Fox News, including installing new leaders, overhauling management and on-air talent, expanding training, and increasing the channels through which employees can report harassment or discrimination. These channels come from the top, with Lachlan and James Murdoch personally leading the effort to promote civility and respect on the job while maintaining the company's long-held commitment to a diverse, inclusive, and creative workspace. Diverse and inclusive. Do people know that that's Fox's mission? Well, I think if you just look on the air right now and you see Jesse Waters, he basically sexually harasses co-hosts and other people like on the air every night. So I guess now they're just doing it on TV. Listen for a second. Let's go back. Let's listen to Bill O'Reilly's disgusting phone transcripts. If he wants to, he's the one who brought this back. So let's hear what he had to say back then. And this could be triggering for people. So I'm just going to warn you before we play it. But let's play this clip of Bill O'Reilly.
Now, because of that, and because of how disgusting they are, I'm going to actually read you transcripts of Bill O'Reilly trying to have phone sex with Macris. Now, what's amazing about this is the entire time Macris is not participating. It turns out she was recording this stuff after he constantly called her over and over again and masturbating on the phone. So this time, again, he's masturbating. Again, Macris isn't even saying anything. This is not reciprocal. And you hear it on the tapes. And here's what O'Reilly's telling her. Oh, you definitely get 2 wines in you. This is what he's saying he would do with her. As quickly as I could, I'd get into you. I would get him into you, maybe intravenously. Get those glasses of wine into you. You would basically be in the shower, and then I would come in and you would have your back to me, and I would take that loofah thing and kind of soap up your back, rub it up all over you, get you to relax, hot water, and you'd feel the tension drain out of you, and you'd still be with your back to me. Man, this is awfully specific. Then I would kind of put my arm, it's one of those mitts, those loofah mitts, so I got my hands in it, and I would put it around front, kind of rub your tummy a little bit with it, and then with my other hand, I would start to massage your boobs, get your nipples really hard, because I like that, and you have really spectacular boobs. Again, he's saying this to a woman who is not saying anything back. This is not a two-way phone sex. This is just him heavy breathing into the phone, telling her all these things as he appears to be masturbating. And then here comes the best part. So anyway, I'd be rubbing your big boobs and getting your nipples really hard, kind of kissing your neck from behind. And then I would take the other hand with the falafel thing. Oh, for Christ's sake. And I just put it on your pussy, but you'd have to do it really light, just kind of tease business.
Yeah, that is tough to listen to and tough to be reminded of, quite frankly. And I think a lot of people kind of forget that even happened. Let's go back into the ads. And we'll go back to more George Conway ads, because I don't think there is anyone out there who is better at getting in Donald Trump's head than George Conway and his anti-psychopath pack. By the way, why do you think it's named that? Who's the psychopath in there? I'll let you take a guess. They did this incredible ad about Donald Trump being the real DEI candidate. He says deranged, egomaniacal, and incompetent. By the way, this ad is being put on all of Trump's favorite channels, Fox, ESPN, the Golf Channel. So brilliant. Watch.
Hi, I'm George Conway. There's been a lot of talk about whether there's a DEI candidate in this year's presidential election. I'm here to tell you that there is. His name is Donald Trump. Trump is deranged.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. The late, great Hannibal Lecter is a lovely man.
Trump is egomaniacal.
I could have been sunbathing on the beach. You have never seen a body so beautiful. One of the great memories of all time. Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
And Trump is incompetent.
And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. My administration has accomplished more than any administration in the history of our country.
Don't vote for the DEI candidate. Don't vote for Donald Trump. And by the way, according to his own sister, Donald Trump actually paid someone to take his college entrance exams for him.
Anti-Psychopath Pack Inc. is responsible for the content of this episode.
Here's another spot they did with one of Donald Trump's accusers, Jessica Leeds. Watch this.
1979, I had gotten on an airplane. The stewardess said to me, "Would you like to come up to first class?" In the window seat was a gentleman, said that his name was Donald Trump. The airplane took off, and all of a sudden, Donald Trump started groping me. He was trying to kiss me, and I'm trying to push him away. He was basically overpowering me. When he started putting his hand up my skirt, I got out of the seat, grabbed my purse, and went back to my original seat. And I certainly was shook up by the whole thing. 2 years later, at this fundraiser, up comes Trump and his wife. And he looked at me and he said, "I remember you. You're that cunt from the airplane." Donald Trump views women as for his entertainment. He is a serial predator. He has said it point blank, and he's done it, and he will continue to do it.
Anti-Psychopath Pack Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
These ads are not messing around, folks, and I hope you appreciate that we put them all in these videos so that instead of just sharing one ad at a time here or there, it's easily packaged. You could go share it with your friends and your family, and it's so important that you do that, by the way, because these messages need to get out there. We're in crunch time right now, 30 or so days until Election Day, and the power is in your hands. So share this video, subscribe to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel, check your voter registration at vote.org, hit the like button, leave a comment. By the way, let us know which of these ads that we showed you today is your favorite. I would love to hear it, and I read the comments. I do try to respond when I can. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in a bit.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.